Alright, so welcome back to another fanfiction idea, and this time around I am doing another Star Wars AU, but this time the timeline is going to be a lot different. This time around I'm going to be doing an Old Republic era AU. So, so let's talk about this where in the Old Republic, because the Old Republic is a very broad timeline. So in this era, this is the timeline right when Malgus and the Sith have more or less taken hold of Coruscant, and the Jedi are in the winds, the Republic's kind of scattered. The Sith are kind of... This is the high point for the Sith right now, but as we all know, that doesn't last long. So, let's talk about our characters. So, starting off, we have Luz, who is a young Padawan, along with her Jedi Master Ida, who Ida and Luz were just at the temple. Like, they were given a mission, like a peace-going mission, on a faraway planet when the temple was sacked. The main Jedi temple was sacked, and now the Sith have kind of decreed that we're going to go on a hunting spree for the Jedi. We're going, like, Malgus and the other Dark Lords, while there is a lot of, like, infighting of what they do with Coruscant, there is, like, Malgus basically puts out the word of, like, guys, what we're going to do is strike while the iron is hot and hunt down Jedi that are out in the world, so we can't, because I know what's going to happen next. Of course, he does this behind the Dark Council's back, who are more concerned about the political aspect. So, among the Dark Jedi, not Dark Jedi, the Sith that are on the Jedi hunt are, of course, Lilith, who is a fallen Jedi. She is also one of the apprentices to Darth Bellos. Now, Bellos here is a member of the Dark Council in this continuity, along with Andrius, who has Darth Andrius in front of his name. But yeah, Andrius and Bellos are on the Dark Council, and they have their own ambitions there to rise further and maybe even exceed the Emperor. Bellos especially really wants to be the new Sith Emperor. Of course, that doesn't go the way he planned. As for other characters, you have Sasha, who is a Sith warrior who was actually She was actually training to be a Sith, and she actually found her way to be part of the raiding party for Coruscant. And she's actually having a lot of fun. Malgus saw like the potential for her and brought her along and actually said, you're coming with us. And Sasha was like, thank you. So, among other characters, you have Anne, who is a soldier in the Republic. She is currently stationed on Amphibia, which is under, because of Andrius, it's under Sith control. So she's part of like a group of Republic soldiers who are basically trying to train the natives to fight back, kind of like in the Clone Wars with Onderon, and yeah. So Anne's kind of like an Old Republic era version of Saw Gerrera. As for others, you have Marcy, who is a Republic engineer who is also working with Anne, and also Marcy is also an intelligence officer for the Republic. And Sasha was also, going back to Sasha real quick, Sasha was also a Jedi, but she turned to the dark side and is now working with Sith. Now, way back on Korriban, the homeworld of the Sith, you have the story of Mason and Mabel, the twins, who are training to be Sith. Like, they actually have like a lot of potential. Like, they show a lot of like a very strong connection with the Force, especially when they're together. Now, the thing is like, a lot of people seem to forget with Old Republic stuff is that not every Sith Lord was complete evil. Like, they were not good. Like, there is no such thing as a good Sith Lord. But they were just varying degrees of evil in there. And for some, mostly because that was their way of life. That was very much, living on Korriban was that kind of way of life, of being hard and just kind of having these underhanded tactics, because that was your life. it's basically like going like doing the paragon, doing the way to describe what kind of Sith Mabel and Dipper and Mabel are in this continuity is kind of like if you chose every good option for the Sith, where you're basically like, I'm going to go easy on you, but I'm still going to threaten to kill you every chance I get. That's the kind of Sith they are. So that's where Dipper and Mabel are in this storyline, is that they're basically like, yeah, we're not the worst Sith, but we will still kill people. And Dipper is actually becoming very close to being one of the youngest Sith Lords. Like his prowess in the dark side is actually like getting him a lot of recognition. And even Mabel's like, dude, there is a chance you could be the youngest Sith Lord. Like you could take on like a Darth. You could be get a Darth title. And Mabel's very supportive of it. And again, like, when they're together, the Force is, like, the dark side's very strong with them. As for Wendy, she is a Mandalorian. And her clan has been working very close with the Sith. Of course, like, yeah, they've been the whole Mandalorian thing, but her specifically is that she is a bodyguard for the twins. Of course, no one knows that she and Dipper are kind of a little closer than that. So, yeah. Dipper also has a lot of, like, he worships, like, Darth Maul. He has a lot of respect for Darth Maul, and he idolizes him along with Malgus. Like, Malgus is the Sith Lord he wants to be. Dipper doesn't really have a lot of respect for the Dark Council. He respects their orders, but he's like, these guys are going to be the death of us if they just keep talking and talking and talking. But he still like follows the orders and whatnot. But like deep down, he's like, this is some old bullshit. You have Marco, who is another member of the Republic, of the Army of the Republic, and he is stationed on Muni with his troops to protect that planet in the Mid-Rim from the oncoming Sith Empire, which is bearing down on them. As for others, you have Willow and Gus, who are young Jedi in training, who are they were at the Jedi Temple. They got out of there. They were hidden away and actually found their way to Eden Luz, excuse me. Amity is also she was actually not born on Korriban. She's actually born on Dromankas. So her parents are Sith, but they're also like, they build droids. Because remember, the Sith Empire did have droids in their army, and they built droids and advanced weapons and actually help build the Sith Empire Armada. So they're lucrative. They have this very lucrative business. But Amity herself is kind of like, this is not the life. I mean, I believe in the teachings of the Sith, but like at the same time, this doesn't feel right. Of course, you got Lumity lurking around the corner. Of course, because of course, Lumity for life. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what else was there to go along with this storyline, with this Old Republic era. But yeah, that was kind of like the big gist of it all, was that, I wanted to do like a fun Old Republic kind of story with all these characters, all these different storylines just scattered about throughout, an era in which the Sith are kind of like on top of the world, but at the same time, it's like they won't be able to hold this kind of power for long. Like, they're not going to be able to hold that kind of, that planet for long, but this is like in that little window of what happened. It kind of exists in that window of what was it like when Malgus and the Sith took control of Coruscant, and what was that like at that time? Anyway, So, yeah, there you go. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what did you guys think of this story? Did you guys like it, hate it? And what other characters could you see in this Old Republic AU? Just comment below, let me know. And once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.